Leicester City footballer Jamie Vardy is due to marry his fiancée Becky Nicholson in a lavish ceremony, but two people reportedly missing the big day will be Jamie's parents.
His mum and stepfather have apparently not spoken to their son in over a year due to a row over his choice of bride-to-be. So today, along with agony aunt Deidre Sanders, who herself experienced something very similar, we're discussing family feuds and being outcast by your in-laws. Deidre, welcome to you. So you did experience something similar to this. What happened to you?
Well, my dad, this is back in the 60s, and my dad really disapproved of my husband, who in those days, you know, he had sort of like curling hair down to his shoulders. He wrote about rock music. I got married wearing velvet bell-bottoms and a suede jacket trimmed with snakeskin, and my dad thought that the wedding demeaned the bride. He was appalled by our lifestyle.
Oh, wow.
We then went hitchhiking around South America, which completely freaked him out, so he pursued us with these sort of angry letters to every capital in South America.
Oh, gosh.
And it went on probably for about 10 years. You know, it was very difficult. I didn't completely fall out with him, but it was very tense and touchy. Oh. That got solved when I had a baby, and then it healed. But in some families...
It doesn't.
That's the moment when it either doesn't or it becomes even worse, you know, and you get parents sort of trying to be very controlling about how the grandchildren are brought up. And I hear from people probably about every day running into rows over that sort of issue.
But it's one of those things where you look at your case there, you think, what a waste of time, what a waste of 10 years of relationship. It's over long hair and, you know, sort of velvet trousers.
It's really tragic. I think the basic issue, when I think about these, is nearly always it comes down to parents who are finding it very hard to accept their children have actually grown up and need to make their own choices now. And if you think they're making the wrong choice, the thing to do is to be supportive. It's not to get angry with them and drive them away, which will probably, you know, push them into the arms of the person you don't want.
And there are cases when intervention is definitely very important. I mean, if you're worried about your child's safety or something like that, that's an entirely different situation.
Yes, absolutely. There are times, but even then, it's being supportive and, you know, encourage them to keep confiding in you is gonna work a lot better.
Yeah.
And I think these days as well, and this may apply to the Jamie Vardy case, when someone gets together with a partner who already has children, a lot of parents find that very hard to cope with as well.
But the choice is, you know, you don't go to the wedding. There's a family feud. You don't see your son or your daughter. You miss out on the grandchildren, and just because of your stubbornness or your disapproval, you miss out on everything.
I know, it's really tragic, and it's tragic for the grandchildren because grandparents have a fantastic role to play for children, so that's important too.
Well, we've got a couple of comments here. Joe said, I boycotted my sister's wedding 25 years ago because none of our family had met her husband despite their 3-year relationship. I found out later that it was because she was ashamed of our working class background. He came from money. I still do not speak or see to my sister to this day.
That's so sad.
And Karen said, my husband's mother sent me a with deepest sympathy card on my wedding day. They didn't come.
Terrible.
They weren't missed.
No, it doesn't sound like it.